Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News. And what better than the Halloween season than a story we just can't kill? It's Weekend at Bernie's, and it's back from the dead. Let's get into it. It's your boy, Dave Neal. Follow me on Instagram, @DNeals. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Listen, there's two types of videos I like to make. The one that's like politically charged. I like the videos where we like call out the producers. We find out something someone did wrong. We make right that. And then there's also videos where I analyze fall foliage in Western Massachusetts to try to decide if we've spotted a couple people back together after they said they were no longer dating. And that's what we have here if you don't follow the story. Brendan and Pieper, of course, had the ultimate nuclear meltdown in Bachelor in Paradise where, he dated Natasha for several weeks waiting for Pieper to come along. It was reported they had already been dating. They were caught on a hot mic saying things they shouldn't have. And the beat goes on. They were just spotted after Us Weekly reported on October 1st that they had broken up. They're back together, or they never broke up at all. As you can see from the thumbnail here, we'll read some Reddit comments. They took a page out of Matt and Rachel's book and pretended to break up. Now, by the way, I feel very confident with my new microphone here. You like that? That's pretty nice. That's a $130 boom arm right there. Just really moving on up in this world. Anyway, point is, I don't think Matt and Rachel played games. I think they actually broke up. The weight of the world was on Matt's shoulders far more than this scenario. This is the great unfollowing. They were caught in saying things that you just can't say. They were caught really exploiting the system and this and that. And they've even thought about potentially suing. We'll get into that. Whereas Matt James was put in a scenario where I think he just felt like he had the world on his shoulders and didn't know if he had true love. I think they broke up and got back together. That's just me. I'll be on my deathbed being like, Matt and Rachel, But anyway, in this story, it's far more interesting because you have two villains. You have two people that it's like, who are they going to leave each other for? Maybe they're better off, embracing the fact that they're going through this together. Let's get right into it. But first, I have a stand-up show this Friday. You can come check out. Free show, BYOB, North Hollywood, California. And also, did you watch this video from, what's today? It's only Tuesday? Oh my God, it feels like it's like Friday already. So on Monday, yesterday, I made this video. Or is this from a few days ago? Either way, the point is, our Bachelor alumni broke for love. This is my Mona Lisa. This is the best video I think I've ever made. A lot of people were leaving some great comments about it. Anna Redmond had commented about how she was broke on The Bachelor. We talk about a lot of issues that are going on in the world. It's a good video. Check it out if you haven't already. And also, if you haven't watched Bachelor in Paradise Canada, my week 1 recap is up. You don't have to watch the show to enjoy the recap. It's a lot of familiar faces. We have a ton of fun. I try to make it so that people that don't watch the show can also enjoy. So anyway, let's get right into this story here. Like I said, October 1st, Bachelor in Paradise's Brendan Morais and Pieper James split. After drama with Natasha Parker, things went downhill. So here's the statement from a source, which obviously means someone from Pieper's camp called up Us Weekly. Things went downhill once Paradise started airing, a source explains, noting that Pieper, 23, got to see what really happened before she arrived on the beach and had no idea that Brendan, 31, was exploring other options. She wasn't okay with everything that unfolded thus far. Well, clearly she made amends, and this photo was posted in the Berkshire Mountains. Now, as we know, the Berkshire Mountains, by all means, not exactly next to Milford. Milford's outside of Boston, maybe 45 minutes from Boston. Berkshire Mountains is 2.5 hours. You got to go on the Pike West, kid, hit a couple potholes, make it north on Pittsfield, and you're basically in New York State, Albany, the capital. Read up on it, okay? You're on the border between, New Hampshire? Is that even New Hampshire? What is that right there? New Hampshire and New York? Anyway, that's the part of, as a New Englander, that's a part of New England. Yeah, you have New Hampshire, New York, and then Western Mass, which is a completely different Massachusetts than Boston. It's just a completely different world. Very hippie culture, but it's very nice out there. The Berkshire Mountains, you could spend a nice holiday there. You could check out the fall foliage guide. I'm going to read some of your comments about my fall foliage story from earlier, but first let's read your comments from Reddit based on this photo. Brendan and Pieper spotted in Berkshires last weekend. So I don't know why this photo just came about. Clearly, Pieper with an oversized, is she wearing his shirt? What is this style happening here? Did she think she could camouflage her way into Western Mass by wearing an oversized flannel? And it's like, no offense, but we can recognize your face still. By the way, don't compete with this is a real New England flannel right here. Fleece lined on the inside. This is made for the Western Mass lifestyle. Her flannel, I mean, that's I don't know. It's fine. And then, of course, Brendan looks like he's ready to run a marathon. All right, so anyway, they're hanging out there on Rockwell Road. I made this video just a few days ago. Someone posted on Demois. They said, my friend saw Pieper in a nail salon in Milford, Mass. last weekend, which is where Brendan lives. So clearly she's up hanging out in Massachusetts. It was, and we did Foliage Gate where we checked out the foliage here. We looked at all the maple trees and realized that the same maple trees in the background here are the same maple trees that you might find in Milford, Massachusetts. Massholes know a thing or two about their fall foliage. No, dude, you want fall foliage? You got to come up to, you got to take the 40. I say the 40, that's what we say in California. You got to take Route 40. You got a Dunkin' Donuts on your right side. You got a Dunkin' Donuts on your left side. No matter which way you're traveling on the highway, north or south, you're going to get a Dunkin' Donuts, get an extra. You're going to have to go to the bathroom right away because it's a lot of cream, okay? We're all lactose intolerant. You're going to be a lot of cream here. You want to park your car, and you're going to go on and check out the fall foliage. It's going to come in October, but then 3 days later, you're going to get 14 inches of slush, okay? So here we are. And here's what she had to say in this video. Hold on a second.
With me, so I just want to say thank you for those that were like supportive and sent me nice messages. And I got like a really good piece of advice. Like, if you're an anxious person or you have anxiety, don't call it like my anxiety, because that's like internalizing it.
Interesting.
Kind of just like let it be something, but don't.
All right, so Pieper's obviously dealing with a lot of anxiety, and my channel talks about these things. We talk about anxiety, and someone said, "How can you go on the what's this? Hold on, there's noise in the background." Someone said, "How could you go on the show, do what she did to Natasha, and still have anxiety?" And I was like, look, that's not how it works. Whether or not, like I said, hurt people. By talking about this, it's not me making excuses for it. It's me saying, here's a few people that have put themselves in a pickle of a situation. Of course, the main thing I think Pieper should do, Brendan as well, is have these conversations. Go on podcasts, talk to Natasha. Brendan can talk to Natasha. Brendan can talk to other members, Nick Via, whatever they want to do. Get out there and talk. Admit where you went wrong. Just flat out admit it. Now, the problem may be that the Bachelor producers know that in admitting where they went wrong, they might leak precious information the producers don't want them to say. A lot of times, these gag orders, that's not just what happens in the fantasy suite. The gag orders can happen where the producers say, no, you're not talking. So we don't know, because I think it would make perfect sense that they talk. They tried to let it blow over. He lost 100,000 followers. That's not the solution. The solution is have a good conversation and figure out, what the heck you're going to apologize for, but do it right. And clearly so far, they haven't quite hit the nail on the head. So we share this video, and of course, it doesn't mean much. There was no proof that she was in New England, but I shared it, and some of you guys responded. I'll read your comments, because of course, now we know, of course, here they are. Actually, sorry, I'm gonna share your comments here because we didn't read this yet. They took a page out of Matt and Rachel's book and pretended to break up. I don't understand this post or the comments. Do you guys not go to the Berkshires with people you just broke up with? No, you go to the Berkshires to bump your Harrison, sling your spade, lance your bass, caress your Burgess, bump your bong on top of your little jong. You go there to grease your hair, your Jesse Palmer. And anyway, that's so obviously they're together. You don't just go to the Berkshires. If you wanted to break up and have a chat, you do it on FaceTime or whatever, but you don't do it in the Berkshires. We all knew that breakup article was suspect, fake anyway, a double larity. They still think they are so smart. I mean, she does have a master's degree in marketing. Since Pieper, by the way, if you're the college that gave her the master's degree in marketing, what great publicity for your college to refund her the money that she spent. Just to say, you know what? Keep your money. The degree didn't work. I think that would be a great PR move. Since Pieper has Us Weekly on speed dial, I'm predicting in about an hour she will give them an exclusive saying, we are working on things. Clown face. Not a great strategy to lie about breaking up when the reason the audience is mad at you is deception. Well, that's a solid point. Don't lie about breaking up when you're literally being called a liars. 2 clowns spotted in Berkshires. I want to be more positive, so I'll quote Shakespeare. The course of true love never did run smooth. Their Bachelor in Paradise run clearly failed as far as gaining followers and branding goes, so I hope they're at least happy in their relationship. I'll give that an upvote. That's a nice, positive way to look at it. Did this get for the love of God, I hope no news outlets will talk about them getting back together anymore. Well, I don't really count as news outlets, but I'm for sure going to talk about them. People have asked me, Dave, why do you cover this? And I go, this is so fascinating. People that get canceled are fascinating. The culture that leads to this sort of, I would say, I don't know if it's social justice? That's what it is, right? They didn't do anything illegal, but they did something that we deem a crime, so we're ostracizing them. That's fascinating to me. I'm not necessarily shining up my pitchfork and lighting my tiki torches and going with the crowd here, but it's fascinating. Is it worth the followers that they lost? That's for everybody to decide. Everyone gets to vote with their dollar. Now, I've been accused of being on the fence about this. I think what he said was very, very wrong on the beach. I wonder if him and Pieper actually have a real connection that can withstand this adversity. And if so, will he be forgiven when it comes down to actually feeling remorse? It can take a long time to feel remorse. It can take a long time to understand what you did was wrong. And if people come at him at the level that they are, they obviously, a lot of people have reached out to his sponsors, Nordic Track, to get him fired. And Nordic Track said, we're not going to work with him again. So did you create a martyr out of him? Does he feel bad, or does he feel like the victim? And that's one of the unfortunate things that happens in cancel culture is a lot of times you have to imagine the people that are canceled feel like a victim in some ways because they feel like the wrecking ball went way past its due justice. Now, I'm not saying I believe that. I don't think we've seen the proper apology conversation with Natasha. I don't think we've seen Pieper in addressing her part in all of it and fessing up. But like I said, the producers, they're the ones that make all the money here. They're the ones that cash in on these hot mic moments, and we don't know how much complicity they have in it all, which is why, there were rumors that Pieper might be, have been considering a lawsuit. This is just a rumor, but what does she know? What does Brendan know that we don't? Were they encouraged to talk about these things? Sure, they were caught on a hot mic, but were they that dumb? Could have been. They could have been that dumb to be caught on a hot mic saying atrocious things, or they could have been encouraged to say these things because they expected an edit to come out. I think, listen, that's not me making excuses for anybody, but if they are considering a lawsuit, the main question we've asked, and I've seen the comment section, is people saying, what the heck do they know that they can sue over? Or there's no lawsuit at all and they're just completely in the wrong, which, probably more likely than not, that's the case. We'll have to see which it is. But anyway, back to life, back to reality. So I make that video comparing the fall foliage, and by golly, let me tell you something. People were feeling it. Love that dirty water, which, by the way, is the most masshole username ever. Love that dirty water, Boston, you're my home. As a blue-blooded masshole, can confirm those are our trees. Our trees is the most masshole thing to say. We own those maples. Dude, that's our maple. Those are our... You don't get any of that syrup. That's for the massholes. What other comments are out here? Fun fact, tree foliage changes are due to moisture and mostly length of day. Hard facts, that's what we need on these Bachelor sites. Yeah, we're giving you guys all the information. Botanist, I know foliage, Dave. This is why I listen, love it. That's right, Botanist Dave coming to you with the facts right here. Dave, the foliage analyst. Love it. Dave, I think you're being objective, not hanging on the fence. We now live in a world where people want to pick sides. There's no more gray area. Keep doing what you do. Now, like I said, hurt people hurt people. Obviously, Natasha was hurt in all of this. People might have been triggered through their own, their own reality, having been in a situation where they were passed over by someone else because of the color of their skin or for other sinister reasons. So people are allowed to feel the way they feel. Clearly, Pieper was considered a mean girl. She's got a track record on the show of not being the nicest person out there. And Brendan went from being a hero to a zero in a lot of people's eyes, as he went from several 100,000 followers, lost 100,000. So clearly there's some truth that is spoken there, but obviously in their own ways they're hurt. Brendan with his divorce, Pieper, who knows? Who the heck knows? This feels like harassment. People in glass houses are throwing stones. Leave them alone, unfollow, and move on. I don't know if she's saying I'm harassing them, but this is I'm trying to understand more than anything. I wouldn't call what I'm doing harassment. Maybe some comments are, but in the comment section they do what they do. This is my favorite comment. I just wasted 17 minutes of my life that I'll never get back. Please explain to me the purpose of this video. Some trees? Seriously? And then I said, shoot me your Venmo. I'll refund your time. The truth lies within the maple trees. Leaf X-Files. That's right, folks. The truth lies within the maple trees. And then she responded, haha, love your attitude. Well, what is it, Material Girl? Did I waste your time or do you love my attitude? It sounds like you need to be Venmoing me for this free entertainment you're getting. Anyway, yes, that's right. I downloaded the X-Files theme to say I am the Leaf X-Files. So anyway, the truth is out there. They are spotted, and we will have to see if we will get an update from them. Let me go back to the main photo here. Or not. I mean, we'll have to see if this is something they comment on, but they're spotted in the Berkshires. I was there last summer. It's a beautiful part of the country. If anyone wants to go visit, go to the Berkshires. Very nice fall foliage. Nice cool evenings. Some mosquitoes. Bring some off bug spray. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment, and I hope I didn't waste 17 minutes of your time. I hope you enjoy the fall foliage if it exists wherever you live, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye-bye now.